Good morning and Happy New Year to you all. Good morning to you who are here in our physical sanctuary. Good morning to you who are joining us online in our Zoom sanctuary. Good morning to you all on this first Sunday of the year 2024, and welcome. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara. I'm the Reverend Julia Hamilton, and I'm joined this morning by Charla Brigante, our Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration, by Matthew Grissett, our Music Director, Heather Levin on the piano, and all of you who have taken the time to be here this morning. This is a very special service. It is a multi-generational service this morning, which means that our older kids are welcome to stay in the sanctuary with us. I don't think anyone will want to miss it. And we do also have childcare in Star King for our younger ones. And we have a little activity table set up here. So if you find yourself feeling a little wiggly, no matter what age you are, you can always join Janie up here at the table for some craftiness during the service. We can listen with our ears while we do things with our hands, and that's okay. We all are welcome this morning. If you are new with us or visiting a friend or family, we would love to get to know you better. So please fill out the connection card that's in your order of service or online and drop that in the offertory when it comes by, or stop by our welcome table to introduce yourself, ask any questions you like. We would love to get to know you. And we have a newcomer orientation on the second Sunday of every month, and we are going to be having a Path to Membership class at the end of this month on January 27th. So if you've been joining us for a little while and are curious about what it means to be a member of the Unitarian Society, please join us on the 27th to meet other folks, talk a little bit about the history of Unitarian Universalism in this congregation, find out more about what we're up to and how you can get engaged. You can talk to Angie Swanson-Kiriako, who is our Membership and Outreach Coordinator. Angie's in the front office if you want to sign up or ask any questions about the Path to Membership class. We are a loving community of seekers who strive to live with integrity, nurture wonder, and inspire the actions that transform us and transform the world. And heading into the new year, we're engaging in one of our annual rituals that is about transformation. It is the third of our four seasonal rituals that we do every year. We have our water communion in the fall, in September, when we come together. We have our breaking of the bread during Thanksgiving. We have our fire ceremony on the first Sunday of the new year, and then we'll round out the year with our flower ceremony in June. These lovely rituals that help us mark the turning of the seasons here at the Unitarian Society. And as the seasons turn, so do the activities, and the calendar fills up. And I don't know about you, but that blank slate that was 2024 is getting awfully exciting. And I want to invite you to join in a couple of things that are going on here at the Unitarian Society. Our next round of connection circles is starting up. This January is signups. They'll start in February. Connection circles are our small groups that meet twice a month to reflect deeply on themes of meaning and purpose in your life and really get to know other people on a much deeper level. So those of you who've been doing connection circles for years know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are new, this is an opportunity to deepen your relationship with others in a really meaningful and beautiful way. So talk to Carol Schwitzer. Carol, where are you? Carol Schwitzer's right there, and she'll be around and is happy to answer any questions and get you signed up for a connection circle. This coming week, on Wednesday, we are going to be welcoming Dr. Dean Barry, who is going to be speaking at our Contemporary Issues Forum. You can read more about it in your order of service. This is an exciting opportunity to welcome one of the newest deans at UCSB, and I've had a chance to talk with her personally, and I really encourage you all to join us for that Wednesday conversation with Dr. Barry. We are also in the process of looking at our outreach offerings for next year, and we need your input. So this is an opportunity to nominate programs or projects in our community that you think we should consider for our outreach offerings in the coming year. And then there'll be a congregational decision-making process. You can read all about it. And Gail, where are you? If you have any questions, you can talk to Gail Furburn. She's got some of the nomination forms during coffee hour. I invite you now to take a breath, to settle yourself where you are, to let that trail of the holiday to-do list sit as well beside you as you allow yourself to be fully here in this moment, in this space, in this community, wherever you are. And as I ring our bowl gong, let the sound connect us.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you. Our chalice lighting words this morning are by Anne Hillman. We look with uncertainty beyond the old choices for clear-cut answers to a softer, more permeable aliveness, which is every moment at the brink of death. For something new is being born in us if we but let it. We stand at a new doorway, awaiting that which comes, daring to be human creatures, vulnerable to the beauty of existence, learning to love.
We have a second flame to kindle this morning, and that is our candle of memory for our beloved Carol Sharp. Yeah, Carol Sharp was a member of this congregation for many, many years, along with her husband, Charlie. Recently, she moved to Colorado to be closer with her family, and she died on New Year's Eve at the age of 88. Her voice was strong in the choir. Her gift of love reached out across this community in so many ways and touched so many of our lives, and she will be deeply missed. I'll be sharing more information about a Servants of Remembrance, but at this moment, I ask you to hold Carol and her family in your hearts as we stand here and remember all of those who have come before us in this space, who made their home with us here for a time, and on whose shoulders we rest. Blessings on your journey, Carol. Here, we're going to sing the very first song in our blue hymnal, Morning Has Come. It's number 1000 in that teal hymnal, And please rise in body or spirit and sing with us together, Morning Has Come.
Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance with joy and sing a song of gladness. The light of hope here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. A new day dawns, once more the gift is given. Wonder fills this moment shared together. The light of peace here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Open our eyes to see that life abounds. Open hearts to welcome it among us. The light of love here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home.
So kicking off 2024, we're going to make a slight little change to the liturgy of our Sunday morning. Liturgy is a word that just means the work of the people. It's the fancy religious word for what we do on Sunday morning, the order of service, the thing that maybe you get printed out here or see come across your screen. Liturgy is the work of the people. And in Unitarian Universalism, liturgy is a collaborative project. We have a worship arts team that many of you have heard over the years offer deep and meaningful reflections. It's a collaborative project between me as your minister and you as members of this congregation. And so when our worship arts team was meeting to talk about the coming year and how we're going to welcome 2024 in the life of the congregation on Sunday mornings, we took a look at our liturgy. And we started thinking about this moment that we've been taking for the past 4 years, right after we light our chalice or maybe sing our first song, where we've added something to our good things jar, our jar of hope, our jar of love, and gratitude for the world. And we started thinking about what does this moment do for us in 2024, this moment of beginning with gratitude. So we're going to offer up a little bit of a change in the coming year. We're still going to do our good things jar once a month and invite you all to think of the places where you've seen love and goodness bloom in the world. But on other Sundays, we're going to think of other things that allow us to celebrate our interdependence, to live with gratitude for each other and the world. And so you might notice a few little new things popping up in this moment in our Sunday morning service. And on the first Sunday of every month, our moment of gratitude and celebrating our interdependence will continue to be our birthday blessing. So this is the first Sunday of January, the first Sunday of 2024, which means that I'm going to invite everyone who is celebrating a birthday in the month of January to come on up here. We're going to ask you to introduce yourself and maybe say the day you were born. If you want to claim how old you are, that's fine, but you can also let that be a mystery. It's okay if things are mysteries. And we have a little video while you are coming up. All our January birthdays are coming up. We'll celebrate folks with a little video.
16th.
I'm Kate Laux, and I will be 45 on January 25th.
I'm Melinda Stavely, and I will be 80 on January 18.
I'm Sally Hamilton, and I will be 80 on January 30th.
Judy Robinson, and I already was 80. I'll be 81 January 14.
Kyle Stewart, I'll be 37 on January 20th.
Amber Asher, I'll be 45 January 29th.
Judy Fontana, I'll be 76 on Wednesday, January 10th.
Online, if you're joining us online and you want to type in a birthday name into the chat so we can cheer for them as well. I love the way you all are encouraging each other in each new year of your life, right? We can all use a little encouragement as we move around the sun. So take a moment and send some love towards these fine January birthday folks and all of you who are celebrating birthdays this month. May this coming year unfold for you with joy and laughter, with health and wonder, with people to laugh with you in the good times and cry with you in the hard times. May your heart grow more compassionate and your mind more alive with wonder for the world. The world is a richer place because you are in it. Happy birthday. Now we can all applaud, and you may be seated.
Good morning. I know there are some kids in here. Why don't you all come on up, take a break from the craft, which will still be there for you, and come on over to the steps. You can sit behind the burning bowl and get a good look at it before we get started. Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year, all of you. It's nice to see you. I feel like I'm looking down at you, but I guess that's okay. I'll speak to the masses, but you all listen because there's a part for you to think about in this story. So early one May morning, back in the late 1980s, I was at the starting line of the Bay to Breakers race with my friend Roland. If you're not familiar with Bay to Breakers, it's an annual 7.46 mile race in San Francisco that thousands of people participate in. And before the start of the race, people are packed so tightly together that you can barely move, but everyone is having a good time and is excited for the race to begin. A lot of people are in costumes, so it's actually really fun. Anyway, on this particular morning, as we were waiting for the starting gun, my friend Roland started asking random strangers the following question. What are some things that are like fire for you? Something that can be your best friend or your worst enemy? Well, some people looked at him suspiciously and tried to inch a little farther away, but lots of folks played along. I mean, think about fire for a minute. It provides light and warmth. We use it to cook our food. We like to gather around campfires and light candles. You light a chalice flame every Sunday morning to begin our service. And on Christmas Eve, we love to sing Silent Night by candlelight. Fire can be pretty great, but fire can also be pretty dangerous. It can hurt you if you get too close to a flame. And here in Santa Barbara, we are no strangers to the destructive power of fire when it gets out of control and the damage it can do to a hillside or a community. Hence Roland's question. What are some things that are like fire for you? Something that can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Anybody have ideas? Shout them out if you have. Love? I'm having trouble hearing people, but keep shouting them. Passion. What about you guys? Anything that is really good unless it's not? Insects. Oh, okay. I don't want to tell you what I thought I heard. So, insects. Okay, six-legged. Yes. Okay, insects. Got it. What about like money? Yeah, or sweets, like something like cookies, where they're great until you've eaten too many and then you're feeling sick. What about social media? Smartphones in general. Zoom. All our best friends or our worst enemy, the news, right? Well, this morning, we're going to invite fire to be our friend. We're each going to have an opportunity to write down something we want to let go of in 2024 and send it up in flames. Maybe you don't want to, maybe some of you, maybe you don't want to fight your brother or sister quite so much anymore. Maybe you'd like to spend a little less time playing video games, or maybe some of the rest of us would like to stop making excuses about exercising or anything else. And if it's one of those things that, you know, could be your best friend or your worst enemy, maybe you just want to rein it in a little, so it won't be your enemy anymore. Like maybe eat just 3 cookies instead of the whole box of cookies. Whatever it is, the burning bowl is an opportunity to begin. So what do you want to let go of? We're going to feed it to the fire. And now, kids, you can go back on over to Janie. We're in the activities that we have over there. And are we going to invite the kids to go back with their families to do the ritual? When it's time. Yes, when it's time, you all will get a chance to do the burning bowl as well.
We're going to sing together one more time this morning. We're going to sing a song of invitation and welcome, because everyone is welcome to come up and participate in this ritual this morning, of all ages. And this is a song that some of you may know, and it has a second part that Matthew is going to teach us. It's number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. So please rise in body and spirit, and Matthew's going to lead us through this song together.
So, many of you know, come, come, whoever you are. The new part that some of you may know is, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Yeah, and when we do it, we'll do it 2 times back to back. Let's do that again. Ready? Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times. Very good, very good. Now, we're going to do that at the end of every time we sing through Come, Come, Whoever You Are, okay? So once we finish that out, we'll transition to that new part, and then we'll just go right back to the beginning, okay? Just like one after the other. Now, we're also going to do it all together, and then we're going to do it in a round. So I'll have this side first and then that side, okay? So let's all sing it together. Ready? And come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Here we go. Though you've broken your vows again, though you've broken your vows. Back to the top over here. And come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, and this side. Come, come, whoever you are, come, yes, again, come. Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, though you've broken your vows again, come. Though you've come, whoever you are, though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come, come, whoever. Thank you.
What I love about adding in the second part of that song is the way it reminds us that that welcome is extended over and over and over again. Not just once, but every time you decide to renew a vow, begin again, let go, get a fresh start, walk through the doors every Sunday, you are welcomed, whether it is your first time or your 1000th time. Whether you've done wonderful things or nothing that morning, you are welcome here, whoever you are. Our reading this morning is by Julian Jamaica Soto, Let a Powerful Wind Blow. Let a powerful wind blow. Let it stoke the holy fire that burns inside your chest. And you must be the one to sweep the hearth, to gather ash. You must make room for the flame to rise. Take away the sodden mass of lacking care, of casual exclusion, easy ableism. Let a powerful wind blow. Let it stoke the holy fire. Let the light fall across your beloved face. The same one that sometimes makes mistakes. Let it show you more, a way forward and together. Songs of dignity, refrains of peace. Can these bones live? They rise, they live, they dance. We cannot live as less. Let a powerful wind blow. Let it stoke the holy fire. This is how our hearts do burn. So ends our reading. I invite you now into a time of reflection. During the offertory, we're going to be passing around little slips of paper. And they're special paper, right, over here. And I'm going to show you when we get to that point. But there's special paper we've got in these baskets, and it's flash paper, which means it burns quickly and cleanly and very easily. And later on, after the offertory, you're going to be invited to come up and participate in a ritual where you hold the flash paper over the fire and throw it up in the air, and we'll demonstrate. But on this paper, and this is what I want to invite you into a reflection about now, on this paper, we're going to write down something, a word, a phrase. It doesn't have to be a paragraph, something that you want to let go of. So in this moment, I want you to think of what have you been carrying through this past year that you want to set down? What is getting in the way of you moving forward freely in the way you would like to move? What is a habit or a pattern that you wish you could release? This ritual is a chance to borrow some of that elemental power of fire that Charla talked about, that same fire we use to kindle our chalice to help us lighten our load heading into this new year, release what is holding us back, casting out the fears that are keeping us small, and perhaps create a little space to breathe more freely, to clear the ground in preparation for something new to emerge. You can use this moment to imagine what might happen, who you might be if you allowed yourself to release whatever has been holding you down. So take a few moments as the music plays to listen to what is restless inside of you and ready to move on, what is waiting to be set free, what is sitting like a stone in your gut that needs to be broken up and released. Pay attention in this time, not just to your thoughts, but also to where this lives in your whole body this past year. We've carried our bodies with us through this past year, and they have stories to tell. Take a moment to listen to your body as well as your thoughts about what you're feeling right now, so that later on in the service, when the paper is passed around, you'll know what you want to write down.
congregation, I need a mic. There we go. Every week we take up an offering in our congregation to support the good work that we do here. And every month we give away about 25% of that offering to an organization or project that supports our values. Our January outreach offering will be shared with Sumi Nungwa, which means coming together, an organization we have a long time and special relationship with, whose mission is to provide food, clothing, medical supplies, and firewood to Navajo and Hopi elders seeking to maintain their traditional lifestyle on their reservations. And we look forward to taking trips there about every other year to engage in a service project. So I invite you to give generously and to say with me the words, the affirmation of gratitude and giving, which are found in your order of service. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts with us, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may learn from the generosity of others.
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the king. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good guy you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. My power flurries through the air and to the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. Let it go, let it go. I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, let it go. That perfect guy is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
Thank you, Matthew. Now we will know that we can be using that song all throughout the coming week to remind us of what we are letting go of this morning. If you are joining us at home and want to participate in this ritual, I invite you to take a pen and a piece of paper and write down your word. And later on, perhaps if you can go outside or find a small fireproof bowl in your home or wherever you are, you can burn it away. A bowl of water also works well for this ritual if you want to dissolve that word away that way. But you're invited to participate alongside us this morning. So almost exactly 10 years ago, something strange happened. My daughter was in preschool at the time, and she came home singing a new song. Picking her up at school, I noticed that all the kids knew this song. It was as if aliens had downloaded the lyrics straight into their brains overnight. It seemed that every 3 to 5-year-old on the planet knew how to sing Let It Go from the Disney movie Frozen. And what's particularly weird about this is we had not seen the Disney movie Frozen, nor had we ever heard this song at home before. And as far as I could tell, none of her friends had seen this movie either. And yet, the minute they heard this song, it was love at first listen. They didn't yet know the whole story of the movie of the Ice Queen Elsa who had to learn how to control her powers, of her sister Anna who was trying to hold everything together after the death of her parents. They didn't know about Olaf, the friendly snowman, or any of those other characters. But they knew, even at the age of 3 or 4, that there was something powerful in this idea of letting go. Casting off the things that were holding you back, keeping you small, trying to hold on to this past version of yourself that no longer fits who you are now. And of course, us grown-ups might have a hard time understanding, well, what exactly is it that a 3-year-old is trying to let go of in their past, right? What past version of themselves is bothering their 4-year-old self? What history is weighing them down? But I think all of us know that no matter what age you are, we are constantly growing and changing as people. Work that starts in us the moment we are born, understanding who we are now and who we have been and who we want to become. This is the journey of our lifetimes, whether you are 4 or 40 or 74. This is something we engage and re-engage with our whole lives long. How do we sometimes stand in the storm and let it go? Let those powerful winds blow as they did last night. We had a tree down here on our campus, in fact. Let those powerful winds blow and fan those flames that burn in our heart that invite us toward transformation. And one of the things that we learn as we get older is that letting go is not just about clearing away the past, but it's also about making space for the future. When we let go of what weighs us down, it's not so that we can become light as a feather and float away free of responsibility or relationship. We let things go so that we have room and space and breath to pick up and carry the things that give us meaning and purpose and joy, that enrich our lives. And sometimes we know what it is we're trying to make space for when we let things go. Sometimes we do that in our mind, right? I want to do less of this so I can do more of this. And that's a perfectly wonderful thing to write on the paper, right? To know that you want to maybe have a little bit of less stress so that you can make room for more joy, for example. Or maybe you're hoping that the world can find a way to let go of violence to make room for more peace. There's all kinds of things. Maybe we want to let go of fear of judgment from others so that we can enjoy coffee hour more, right? But sometimes it's not so clear cut. Sometimes we don't really know what's going to come into that space that we've cleared. And that can be a little scary, a little frightening. So if you find yourself with some sort of strange feeling of anxiety as you are contemplating what it is you're going to let go, as you're holding onto that paper with that word on it and wondering, well, what happens if I let this go? Will a new relationship arise? A new career make itself known? What will make my life meaningful if I stop defining myself by this thing? There's this leap of faith that's required in that moment when you let that word go into the flame. That leap of faith that something will arise in that cleared space that will be what you need. That you will be enough, just as you are, even without this thing that you're letting go of. It's a paradox, isn't it? Sometimes that we need to let go of something to realize that we are whole without it. Or a paradox that perhaps we need to accept ourselves just as we are so that we can then change. Right? Isn't that strange? Lucille Clifton wrote a poem that I think about almost every year when the calendar turns. You know, when you rip off that last calendar month or turn the page or scroll through your smartphone calendar. And she wrote this poem. I am running into a new year, and the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair. Like strong fingers, like all my old promises, and it will be hard to let go of what I said to myself, about myself, when I was 16 and 26 and 36, even 36, but I am running into a new year, and I beg what I love and I leave to forgive me. Sometimes before we can really truly let go, we have to do something else too. Maybe we have to ask for forgiveness. Maybe we have to find gratitude for what was before we can embrace what could be. Gratitude for our 3-year-old self so that we can become our 4-year-old self. So if you're struggling to figure out how to let go of what you've written, now for some folks it might be easy and you might be ready and it will go up in flames and be clean. But some of you might be figuring out, well, how do I actually do this work of letting go? I offer you up the idea that when you come up to approach this bowl, you can also take a moment to extend gratitude to what was. Maybe to ask for forgiveness for what you're leaving behind. Or to remind yourself that you are already enough. You are already whole, even as you let go of something that has been a piece of you. Sometimes releasing the past requires a little bit more than just an intention to let go. Sometimes it requires the blessing of love. Like a fire requires oxygen to complete that ritual in our hearts. So when you approach the bowl, no matter what is written on your paper, know that the flame is not just particles and energy, but it is also the light of love in this community, letting you know that no matter what it is you are letting go, you are not alone in this journey of becoming. So I'm going to invite you now, as we kindle this flame in our burning bowl, to start from those of you in the back, if you want to come on forward while the music plays. And when you come on up, take the piece of paper and just hold it over and let it go. And the more you can trust here, and I don't have an example piece, I sent it out there already into the world, but just hold it here and let it go. And if you want, you can hand it to Charlotte and I to burn for you, if you'd prefer. Heather? for all that we've given to the fire this morning. Let it burn away. Burdens, barriers, boredom. Consign to the flame bad habits, botched plans, broken stories. Though we may be bruised, bone-tired, broken-hearted, we burn it away because we refuse to bury our hope beneath the past. But rather we ignite a bright flash of brilliance. We are always becoming more than what was. We are always breaking open to make space for what could be, beloved. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. Let us rise and sing together once more. Please rise in body and spirit and sing with us number 34, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire.
Come, our hearts control, our spirits long to be made whole. Let inward love guide every deed. By this we worship and are free.
Go ahead and stay right where you are. And if you want to put your hands over your heart or hold your hands open, or if you have permission to hold hands with the person next to you, go ahead and ask and you can do that. Matthew, do I have permission to hold your hand?
Yes.
Thank you. And as you go out into this beautiful and heartbreaking world, may the light of love shine upon you, out from within you, be gracious unto you, and bring you peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And let us call out a blessing.